All right. Welcome to 424 Recording Live.
Yo.
We got the wizard in the house. Jay Andersen from Operation Audio and Bohemesphere Studio. Me, I'm Mike from 424 Recording. And we're about to rock this out for another live stream.
Indeed.
Man, good times, dude. It's good to see you, man. I feel like I haven't really since the FAFs came out. I feel like our correspondence has been minimized, which is good, you know. But I feel like I haven't heard from you in a while.
I don't
Even
know.
though it's only been like I guess a week now. So, what's been going on? Anything good?
Yeah, not really. Building amps.
Yeah, how's that going? So this is good. I like that we've been starting out the stream like chatting about that. So I know you were building that Princeton one, and
Yeah.
if you want to check out the pics of it, it's at Instagram.com. Well, it's at Operation Audio, but Operation_audio on Instagram.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt. So if you're catching the replay or you're curious about the amps Jay's building, you can check Jay out there on Instagram. And I'm at 424 Recording, but you probably already know that. You probably already know where Jay's at too, because it seems like
Maybe you do it, maybe
maybe
you don't.
you do, maybe you don't. But so the ongoing saga is Jay's been building some amps, so pretty exciting stuff. And they look fucking sick, man. And it sounds like they've been basically claimed before they're even built, are getting to a point like that.
Well, this one doesn't have a
No owner
definite
yet?
home until the first one that King Tone bought sells.
Cool.
So.
Oh, okay. So they still got the other one?
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, I haven't been there this week, so. I gotta imagine they probably still do.
Nice.
But.
Hey, Matt said, Skizzo, he said, me and Jay are wearing the same shirt tonight. EHX, baby.
There you go.
That's sick. Matt, we got the Matts hanging out in the chats. What's going on, boys? Good to see you guys. Yeah, good week here. I mean, I don't know. I feel like I've been just working on a lot of videos and driving around a lot of people, and yeah, it's been good. The fall's here.
Driving around a lot of people.
Yeah, doing the lifting, you know.
Yeah.
Still doing that. That's fun.
A lot of students.
Yeah, actually some older people too. It's interesting. New demographic for the winter.
Word. Reverse snowbirds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Will, what's up, buddy? Hey, Mike. Everybody's cruising in. What's up, guys? Headphones came yesterday. A mic tomorrow. That sounds like a the subtitle of like a movie or something. Like I remember there's this game King's Quest, and it was like here today, gone tomorrow. So
That's the Princeton guts.
Oh wow, that's fucking beautiful, man.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
I'm working with Israeli aircraft wire.
Oh yeah, I should have ordered that stuff.
It's fucking sweet.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's not solid core like I thought it was. It's a stranded wire, but it's very, very fine. Silver plated. It's got a Teflon jacket on it. I tried to burn the jacket. My iron, even maxed out, doesn't get hot enough to melt the fucking Teflon coating on that. So,
what do you think that stuff's from? Is it from like leftover from like an
aircraft?
An aircraft?
That's what they wire. Yeah, that's what they wire airplanes with.
That's cool, man.
Teflon coated just in case there's a heat problem.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're building like
Keeps
aircraft,
it from burning through and shorting out.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, it comes in all different gauges too. I have some heavy gauge white coming that'll work for. Gonna end up being heater wire, I think. But
oh, cool. Oh, I gotta plug my phone in.
yeah, you better do that before you go dead and it drops out. Where the fuck is my window here? There we go.
I feel like for some reason. Oh, there we go. I don't know. Why do I have such a hard time leveling the shot out? Yeah, I don't know. I think because I'm not in it, and then when we adjust it, it's like, or does it just look weird on here? It looks, I don't know.
Yeah, the Israeli aircraft wire. There's a guy on eBay that's selling it by the 100-foot. So I bought 200 feet of it. It came on 2 separate cardboard like waffles though. So I took an old
How
metal.
long did it take around?
I think it took 2 weeks to get it. I took an old metal spool and I wound 100 feet around it, and then I spliced the other 100 feet to it and kept wrapping. Yeah, that's the shit right
Yeah,
there.
I was gonna post it up.
I don't know how many more feet of it he's got,
It
but
says more than 10 available still.
yeah, that's good.
I might have to grab one of these, man. You sent it to
It's
me.
good shit. 100 feet's a fucking lot, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's real good wire.
Yeah, where is the
All the way from Israel, correct?
Yeah, where's the share option on eBay? You showed me this last time. I can never find it. It's like one of these or Twitter.
No.
Oh, well, that link will work. This must be a short link. Let's see. We'll see.
I don't know how you do it on there. Probably, I think you have to scroll down.
We're just trying to share the link for the wire to y'all. I don't see it.
I do it right from my eBay app, so I'm not really too sure.
Yeah. Let me see if we'll see if this link works. I got a link here. So this is the wire Jay's referring to. Let us know if that works. I can click on it.
Yeah, click on it.
Yeah, that's it. For some reason, they don't give you an option. You have like you would think they'd just have like a short link option on here.
Yeah, I don't even know.
But yeah, I mean, if you guys are looking for some wire to wire some stuff up.
And that's 600-volt wire too. That's good shit. It's about the best wire you could probably get for, yeah, that kind of stuff.
Cool.
I'm working on a build out of all foreign parts right now. I'm collecting. So I got some very, very vintage Siemens capacitors from the 60s. Those are made in Germany. And I have some Soviet resistors and shit coming.
Is it like the Latvian stuff? It's different.
Well, it's probably produced around the same time as those Latvian diodes were, but those diodes are fucking sweet.
It's gonna be
That's like secret weapon shit, but I actually found an auction for 200 of those diodes.
Now, are they still in production or no?
No, they haven't made those forever.
That's what you put in my Distortion Plus.
It is. Absolutely.
I think it sounds sick. Speaking of worldwide shipments and products, you were saying Lackland, Melrose. If Lackland you catch the replay or maybe you come through. Our furthest TascFam shipper or shippee.
Receiver,
yeah. It was
recipient.
in Australia. I think I want to say Brisbane, but I'm not sure. I forget. But yeah, he got it. So that's awesome because we, I had the shipping insurance and I think it was registered or something. So worst case scenario would come back, but I feel like whenever you ship anything internationally, but then again, the wire is a great example too. That came all the way from Israel, no problem.
Yeah, it was quick. And like I said, it's good shit. So it's sort of like you can't go wrong.
Right. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to order some of that right now. Because I feel like, oh, no, it'll be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be there a while. But
yeah, if he's got more than 10 available and 11 sold.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always get like that with that stuff. I got to get more tapes, too, from National Audio Company because I'm like...
I just listed some Type 2s on Reverb
the
other day.
Nice, man.
3-pack.
Sick. Did they sell?
Not yet. Not yet.
No, I still have all those extra packs you gave me too. The singles, those are good.
Yeah, there's.
Figured I'd save those too, like you were saying, in case somebody reaches out and needs them or something comes up. Because I have that whole pack. I have 2 packs of the National Audio Company ones, the ones I've used in all the videos. But I forget who was hitting me up. Somebody hit me up in the chat this week about the tapes, how they were going out of style. What are we gonna do when they're all gone? So I don't know. That's a good question. I guess it's just gonna be they're gonna have to poach them online or find them online on eBay or something or resellers or National Audio Company's putting out that other tape. They're super ferric ones. So they said you could rebias the machines, but I don't know. That seems like it would be for $150, you could get a lot of tape for that. You know, if I spend $150 on tapes right now, I could get 30 of them. Well, because the National Auto Company ones are a little more expensive, I guess, but the Super Chrome, that would I feel like that would do me pretty good. Like the other thing is like I have a lot of since I mean I record on cassette a lot, but I try not to record just like practices or demo stuff, you know, because it's like I don't know. Um, I can easily do that digitally, and I feel like to just burn through tape doing that. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit too. I baby my 4 track and cassette shit a little bit, but um, I don't know. I feel like 90% of the emails that I get about the 4 track stuff is always that it's busted or, you know, I don't know. So that's why I try to be very ginger with it. I don't know. It's funny because it's. I was gonna do this video soon. It's gonna be called "Are We at Peak 4 track?" Because I was looking for. I was looking for another 4 track for parts just to have like a 424 Mark III. Oh damn! I gotta get that going. That's awesome. That looks so good, dude. Jay just showed me the picture of Lackland. He posted that he got the FAMP, so that's fucking dope, man. We're gonna put those on a site or something. That's so sick. I haven't checked Instagram.
Well, he didn't at you. He
Hashtagged it or
hashtagged it. Yeah.
cool. I'll have to check that. That's fucking sick. I gotta hit up the other 2 international folks too and make sure because I was just saying I got there ahead of time for something that went to Australia. We shipped them. Oh, I guess that was 2 weeks ago now. But everybody in the U.S. should have their FAMPs by now. But yeah, so I don't know. Peak 4 track. What do you guys think? Do you think we're there? Because I was looking at prices for 424s. I wanted to get another one, but I think what I'm going to do is actually use the one Matt sent. Thank you, Matt. Because mine's been acting up a little bit with that channel again. But I was hoping to get another one and then swap out channel 4. But now what I'm thinking is this one's in pretty good shape. The one Matt sent is in great shape. And maybe I'll just keep mine as the parts, even though it works fine.
Yeah.
If something goes wrong with Matt's, thank you, Matt. Unless Matt wants it back. Unless you know, I can just use this one for parts, and I'll use that one as the main one. I mean, this one still works fine, but it's just that channel 4, man. That problematic thing. Like we cleaned it out a while ago, but it's like back in the habit. So I was thinking about just swapping out a channel, you know, but I don't know. That might be more work than it's worth, or I wouldn't want to mess it up. Amazon has cassettes packs of 10, I think. Yeah, the ones on Amazon, I don't know which ones, Mike, you're referring to. Some of them look like old National Audio Company stock, and I've heard that some of that stuff's kind of actually really old and wasn't working right. I don't know if that's the ones you're referring to, but if anybody's looking at some of the ones on there, they're like, I think they just say like Audio Master, or they're like blue. They have like a blue stripes on them. They're kind of like a generic. They almost look like a generic type.
Mine say Radio Shack right on them.
Okay. Yeah. No. These are like National Audio Company, but they're like old stock or something. I don't know. I haven't heard good things. I don't know if it's the way that they're storing them, or if they're at Amazon HQ, or if they're just like a private seller on Amazon. Those might not be the ones Mike's referring to. It is funny how the price of you. Yeah, that's where I was getting at, Mike, with the video I want to do. Have we reached peak 4 track? Is this going to be like a quick like think piece on it? And I was going to like go through Reverb and eBay and like look at some prices and kind of talk about it, because I got my 4 track for $50. I'm sure all you guys have stories that I've heard and people have sent me about their recent acquisitions. Somebody just sent me an email today about how they got one for like $80 or €80, which is fucking sick, especially for the machines in Europe. I'm sure there's a lot less there. So I mean, the deals are still out there, and that's like, I don't know, as just like a hobbyist, it's like something I definitely want to not protect the hobby. I think that sounds kind of silly, but like, for people that just want to do it because they have enjoyment out of it, is cool. But then I think it's messed up if those people have to spend like 600, 500, 600 bucks on it. I had a 4 track though that I sold for a good amount of money because it was in really good shape, but I probably shouldn't have sold that one, but I foolishly did. but yeah, so I don't know. I think the deals are still there locally. What do you guys think? Like Craigslist, I know in Canada there's like a similar site, local auction site, estate sales, stuff like that. You can still find them for good deals, but a lot of the ones on Reverb right now and eBay, they're all I don't think you can get one a functioning one for less than maybe like 350, 400. There might be a couple, but there might be like bidding, or there might be something because I was looking at some of them and they're like, oh yeah, it's mostly working or mostly new. This was a couple of days ago, so things could have changed, but parts not working too. Like for one that's parts not working, it's like 100. Like I think it's like $150, which I just think that's nuts. I don't know. I guess it's all going up. Stuff's getting rarer, but
Well, the other thing about parts not working or parts fixed is that a lot of times it's stupid shit. So if you could get one for like $150 and it doesn't cost anything to fix it, or you can fix it yourself,
yeah.
then you might score.
Oh yeah, that's different, Mike. That looks legit. The TK Pro ones you just put linked. Yeah, I think that's actually what the person that emailed me said was that they got it that cheap because they thought it wasn't working. The people who were selling it, but it turned out I forget what it was that it was something really simple. I think they just said that it was untested. So some of them you can get. They say, untested, and then it's kind of a gamble. Because like with these especially, like the way that this power supply is with these, like people lost them like a lot.
Yeah. Well, I've sold things, parts not working myself. Like I had a couple little Behringer pad mixers that were.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't have power supplies for them.
Didn't have any desire to check them out.
Well, one of them I had used before, and it really desperately needed to have its pots cleaned.
Oh, I think I borrowed one of those.
No, that was a different one.
Oh, it was a different one?
I had like 6 Behringer little pad mixers of different sizes at different times.
Yeah.
But so I bundled 2 of them together. I got them on trade for something. I sold them for like $40, and the dude left me a 5-star feedback saying that he plugged them both in and they worked right off the bat, and he just cleaned them up.
That's sick. Yeah, I mean that's a good example because it's like people in your exact situation, they could the same thing with the 4-track. They could just have a couple sitting around and
yeah. I mean, I certainly could have taken those apart and cleaned them myself, and I probably could have modified them for a different power supply. But why do I give a shit?
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I was thinking about maybe trying to pull the trigger on it, and then I realized, well, I got this one, and it works pretty good. It works really good. It's like 95% good. And then I can still get it to work.
Well, that theoretically is good enough, isn't it? That's beyond good enough.
Yeah, not 80%. Yeah, yeah, it is. I guess I just
95% functional.
Yeah, I was just thinking like it would be a cool project to do and one to document, and one to see if it would even work. But at the same time to open it up and switch the channel out. I don't know. I could damage it in the process or something.
Should be very easy to swap that fader.
That's what I was thinking.
You have a solder sucker now, so.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, maybe we'll still do it.
Why not?
Yeah, really, why not? That's a good question. KGG in Canada. Yo, J-Rad, what's up? Good to see you. I regret selling one of my TascFam and my Soviet Big Muff 5 years ago. Yeah, I think we all have stories like that, right? the ones that got away.
Yeah.
I had a phaser. I got this MXR Phase 100. It was like a vintage. I think it was 75. It was block letter. It wasn't scripted. And I got it at a garage sale for $20 with like a wah pedal and some cables. And actually that stand with the lights on. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's a really good. It's like an Atlas sound stand. It was all $20. The guy was just like an estate sale. They were just trying to get rid of shit. And the thing was, I wasn't sure if any of it was working. It was kind of in like a dank basement. And to be honest, I had to replace the switch on one of them and clean up the other things. So like it was a really good deal, obviously. But there were it was questionable, the gear that I got. It was all kind of like a little bit like not waterlogged, but like even the Phase 100 box I think was a little bit like it looked like at some point the basement was either very damp or it had been under some water.
Yeah.
So it was questionable. But yeah, that one I had that. I got put a new switch in it. It sounded cool, really cool. Like phase 100. It was like the bigger box one. Really cool sounds, uh, and just very lush, warm. I don't know, all those adjectives that may mean something different to somebody else, but it was really fucking awesome sounding. And I sold it. I sold it. I was just like, I'm never gonna really use a phaser. You know what? I think for the most part it was okay that I got rid of it, but I always think about that one sometimes. I'm like, I think out of all the pedals I've had and sold, that was probably the one that I shouldn't have, just because it was the story behind it, how I got it, and then also even though it wasn't really an effect I would use, it's still kind of it was cool. I just feel like phase. I don't know. What do you guys think? Like phaser, it's such a strange effect. It's like I feel like if you're unless you're making like the soundtrack to some
Well,
70s
I mean, there's a song
buddy cop film.
that we recorded once upon a time that had phaser in it,
Yeah.
but it was the only song that had phaser in it.
Yeah, it's like such a
I
specific
used to carry it around on the
effect.
board just for that
Just
song.
for that, yeah. And that's how I've
It's
always
like-
like saw people with phaser and like bands I was in with people with phaser like on guitar or something. Like it was very much a one trick pony, I think. And it's also just I don't know. It's like one of those effects that maybe in the lexicon of music or rock and roll, it's just very. It's been used for like specific, uses. So it's become kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of one of those sounds that I don't know if you can separate what that sounds like to make something new with it. Like it's part of such a distinct part of music. I feel like,
Yeah.
or like, I don't know. Let's see what we got. Hey, twin.
J-Rad stacking delays. You sort of have to tread lightly on that, but I used to do that a lot. I had one at the head of the board and one at the tail of the board. The one at the head of the board was always set much more extreme than the one at the end. So it really depends on what you're trying to do. But.
Bobby, Mike, question. You have a SoundCloud account, right? Yes. Do you have a subscription? No. Is it worth it? And do you get money? I don't know if it's worth it. Bobby, honestly, like, I don't know. I always tell everybody this, and I've definitely been a convert, and I definitely feel like it's changed my life, like YouTube. And I think, if anything, what works for me, I found what works is YouTube and putting my stuff up on there. So if you have any desire to do any type of tutorials, any type of like pedal reviews, like even if you can do something once a month and put something up, I think over the long term that would be better. And it's not, and like, I mean, it's obviously pennies, like from ad revenue, but it's
Yeah.
I don't know. At least I'm not paying to have my stuff on there. So like, I guess that's the big difference with it. It's like YouTube is very much like democratized, and you put stuff up and people like it, and it's. I don't know. I guess I don't know. I don't really know like what's a good way to make money off your music, because I've never been able to do that. Because I know Spotify, like I mentioned, it's. I'm glad to have my stuff up there, but I almost didn't put Just a Trick. Some of you guys like reached out. Some of you people have reached out, so I put it up, and that's awesome. But that too is like. I feel like all this stuff for like the indie musician, for the person, the hobbyist, I think you're better off trying to just, I don't know, find like-minded people like the TascFam community and the community around the channel, and share your stuff with everybody and link it and things. And I don't know. I really don't know if you can make money off that. And like again, like that's what always comes up. If you can get like millions of plays on your stuff on Spotify, you can make some bank. But I don't know. I don't know how people make money with music today. I'll be 100% transparent. I have no fucking clue how. I think like 95% of the people I know doing music, and maybe even more, like 99%, 1 out of 100 people I know is probably making a good amount of coin on it. Maybe that's the circles I run in. I don't know. But like most people, it's a complete passion project, and it's something they're pumping resources into. So I don't know. I don't want to get like cynical, but no, I don't have the subscription. I don't know if it's worth it, honestly. I was thinking about doing Bandcamp Pro, That's $10 a month, and we were talking about this, and you get
Yeah.
like extended features, and you can see where people are buying your stuff, and
Yeah, I found out that we have that. I didn't even know.
yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, but I don't think that really. Um, I guess like Bandcamp is just based on how people buy your music. I think what I'm going to do, and I think I would recommend to other people to do, because Bobby, you were asking me if I have a tape for Just a Trick, and I've been wanting to put out like maybe 10 of them, maybe 5 of them. I'm going to just dub them here on the machine Matt sent, the CR1A. I have a really cool video coming out with that, the first video in November. So I did that video distorting it or overdriving it that you recommended.
Hmm.
It came out really cool. I ran the Digitakt through the cassette deck Matt sent, the CR1A Nakamichi, and overdriven it. But so that's coming in November first Friday of November. That's all scheduled, ready to go. But yeah. So what was I gonna say about that? So I think I'm just gonna dub them here, and I guess that's what I would recommend is like, I don't know if you have any sort of like audience or anybody that's interested in what you're doing, or just in general making products that are, well, not products, but making a short run of your cassettes that are basically okay. So this is the reason I went off on this tangent. I've been reading this book called Console Wars. It's about Nintendo and Sega and how like that all that stuff unraveled in like the 90s with Sega and NES and NES, and that's like a big part of Nintendo's whole thing, and that's why I've been trying to apply this to what I'm doing. I've only read the book. That's the book actually. Capro has paw in the thumbnail. But anyway, so like Nintendo's whole thing is they make products like artificially scarce. There's constant references in this book where they, for the Super Famicom in Japan, which was Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
they had 1.5 million pre-orders, but the whole time they only knew they were going to ship 300,000. So they made this insane demand for the Super Famicom by saying like, oh, we have 1.5 million pre-orders. Yeah, you can pre-order. So all these people think they're going to get one, and then Nintendo this whole time is like, dude, we're only shipping 300,000.
Yeah.
And you saw this with the NES Classic. I don't know if you heard about that. That's like basically this little box that has all these
yeah.
Nintendo games on it. Same deal though. They only made like so many of those available that they were so hard to get. People are like flipping out trying to get them, and that's like been a part of Nintendo's whole thing for a long time. So my point is bringing this back to what we were talking about, and what I'm going to do is maybe make 5 tapes of Just a Trick, and if whoever wants it can have it, But maybe I'll only merely make 2. No. I guess what I'm saying is I think making some kind of unique product or something unique to the things that you're doing as an artist, and then finding a way to either promote that or put that out or sell it, or I don't know. I think that's the best way, honestly, to go about making money as an artist today. Making something that people can't get. It's a different experience than the online experience, than the SoundCloud experience, the Bandcamp experience. I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. I'm really bad. I'm really naive. I never really was able to make any kind of money doing anything I did artistically.
Well, making money off of your music flat out is difficult. Where you make money as a band or an artist is off of the merch. So, I mean, if you have merchandise to sell, then in person is the way to do it.
Right. Right. I don't know, Bobby. I wish I had a better answer. So, if you do try that out, let us know. Do let us know if it works. Oh, Jason, what's up, buddy? He said, yes, put out the tape. All right, I'll do it. I've been getting a couple emails from people. Bobby, I think Jody was asking me. A couple people, Catface was asking about it. So, yeah, maybe I'll just make a short run of them. When whoever wants them can have them. But that's the whole thing, right? Like, the other option is to go to National Audio Company, make 100 of them, and then I'll sell 5 of them to you, whoever wants one, and then I'll have 95 of them sitting around. So.
Bobby, you need to add more games to your SNES and NES classics. I have it's called a Retron Nintendo head unit, and I started buying games like a few years ago for it. I have all 3 Castlevanias and both versions of Punch-Out, Mike Tyson and the original.
Wait, what is this, a head?
Yeah, like instead of the big box Nintendo, it's like this, and the cartridge just plugs in the top.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
It's like a newer system, like a newer version of it.
Yeah.
Because I know they make like systems now where it's like
It's not all in one. It plays
it'll
the
play
original
like every
cartridges.
single game.
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
have cartridges, the 3 Castlevanias and the 2
That's
Punch Outs.
sick.
And I forget what else I got.
It's funny, like that's like retro gaming is becoming my main side hobby now. Like I consider this my main hobby, like music and the channel, and then like my side thing is like watching retro video game stuff and listening to retro video game podcasts, and I just find that culture fascinating, and it's so interesting. Like I feel like in another universe that would have been definitely something I became more of a collector and did more of that kind of stuff.
I sort of went through like all the Ataris and the original Nintendo and then the Super Nintendo, and that's where I sort of dropped out. Then like all these other systems happened.
Yeah.
And periodically I got into playing like little bits of things like Tony Hawk Pro Skater on PlayStation. Used to fucking love that. It was super
Yeah, that's
fun.
a classic, man. That's a classic.
Fucking go wild with all the buttons and shit. And
Yeah.
just do like
Crazy tricks.
yeah.
I wonder why those games fell out of fashion, because like the Pro Skater at like Tony Hawk that like reigned supreme for years. And
That and Siphon Filter.
Siphon Filter, that
Used to
game
play
was
the
so
fuck out of that
fucking
game.
good. Metal Gear Solid. I mean, PlayStation 1 had some really awesome games. I actually just got to the part in Console Wars, the book I'm reading, where they were talking about. So did you know that PlayStation and Nintendo were supposed to put out a joint system? Like PlayStation was supposed to make an add-on for the, I think, Super Famicom that would play CD-based games, and then they had this deal going, and then Nintendo just like completely
Pulled out.
and then announced with the Sony president or the Sony liaison at the convention that like they were going to do that with Philips. And there's this other system that, so this never happened because Nintendo never went to CD based games until they like had to. But yeah, Philips CDI, that's how that system came about too, which is another whole thing. But super interesting. Like Nintendo is like has some really crazy business practices. I don't know. Maybe we should just make this into a retro game podcast or live
I
stream.
think the most questionable things that ever happened in gaming in history, vintage, was that whole Atari thing, though.
Yeah, I mentioned that in the book. How like, I think that's why Nintendo is so strange.
Did you ever watch the movie about Atari and finding those games in the dump in the desert?
Oh, E.T. Yeah.
It wasn't just E.T. though. There were like thousands of fucking games buried in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when they excavated it.
No, I hadn't heard about that. I knew about like the E.T.
It's
like,
on Netflix.
Okay.
I forget what it's called though.
There's a couple of good retro game docs on there.
They were in search of the purported thousands upon thousands of copies of E.T.
Yeah.
But what they actually dug up were dump truck loads of all the Atari games,
Oh my
including
God.
shit tons of E.T.
Yeah, well, that's like Atari. So the first wave of video game stuff was like Atari, ColecoVision, Intellivision. You know, those really simple like Pong games where it's like some flickering light on the screen and you like move shit around and you have to really use your imagination. But there was a big video game crash before Nintendo came out with Atari because they were like they just made way too many games and the games weren't that good and they had all these third parties making games and that's why they had to hide them all or dump them all because they were worthless. So there was a huge game crash from what I understand. But that's actually a big part of what led Nintendo to act the way that it did and, you know, shipping 300,000 units when they had pre-orders for 1.5 million.
Yeah.
And, like, making games, like, criminally, insanely hard to find. And that was a big reason for that. And Nintendo actually... So I guess we're just a fully fledged retro game live stream tonight. But Nintendo actually started out in, like, the 1800s, I think, in Japan. And it was a card game, or like a playing card company, and they made cards for, I want to say like military. I forget what the exact thing was for. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was for like gambling. So like, because casinos would open a new pack every round or something. So it was a really good demand, but it was like the same kind of thing. They even did that like back in 1800s Japan. They were like had these business practices of, you know, I don't know, making something artificially scarce or just making something scarce, really not even artificially scarce, you know. So I don't know. Take that for what it's worth. I think that's kind of like what Wu-Tang was trying to do with that album. They sold to that guy. What is it, Martin Shkreli or something? You hear about that guy? He's like some weird, like finance guy. That
Yeah,
went to
yeah.
jail or was doing something weird with, I don't know, drugs, and bought this drug and then sold it for like an insane amount of money. But anyway, they made this one. Wu-Tang made like an album, and there's like one copy of it.
Yeah, that fucking asshole.
Yeah, and it's like not on anything else, and they sold it to that dude. But
Well, actually, they sold it at auction, and he bought
and
it.
he bought it, right? Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I didn't mean like they just sold it to him. But yeah, it was an auction album. But I guess my point is, that's like this idea to the extreme. They made one copy of this, and it wasn't available apparently anywhere else. And I doubt Shkreli uploaded it online. But basically, that's like, I don't know, pretty insane marketing. But obviously, it's fucking Wu-Tang. They're a very well established group, so they can kind of do whatever they want. It's kind of like Radiohead. Radiohead started that whole thing giving away the music within rainbows.
Yeah. Well, wasn't it? Oh no, it might have been U2 that did that, where like it got like forced downloaded.
Yeah,
on
that
your
was
fucking
fucked.
computer.
Yeah, that was crazy because
That's invasion of privacy there.
That was like, give it away. Here, now you bought a new phone. Now you have this album that you don't want to have anything to do with.
That you can't fucking delete.
That you can't delete.
Yeah, there you go.
That is
your phone
nuts.
rings.
That's
It's
like
gonna be fucking
step.
Bono. Like,
yeah, it's like here's the line, and like that's where they stepped with that shit.
Travis is buying another 2-inch
Trav.
machine. Uh oh. Well, I mean, if you got spares, you get shipped to New York if you want.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I got plenty of barn space for the.
Oh, Louise, what happened? acting out, spammer.
Came through with shit to say.
Yeah, Bobby, I think I'm going to do a short run of the tapes.
I reported them for harassment. That's my new policy.
Nice.
If you come in and say stupid shit, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. Listen, somebody was asking me about this in one of the comments, and I consider this to be a party. The channel, everything we do here. And
if this is the party, then I'm a bouncer.
Exactly. And
it's
open to anybody. If anybody wants to come in and hang and like talk and watch or chat with everybody, like cool. But if you came to my house and I was having a party and you just came inside my house and then immediately pulled your pants down and took a shit on my floor, like you'd get your ass kicked out like immediately. And that's the same reason. That's the same thing I see with these people.
You showed up and just came inside my house. Damn. That sucks.
Yeah, so I mean, that's what I mean. Like, I'm saying,
just open the door and just dumped a batch right there.
Yeah, just took a shit. Like that's kind of how I see that, man. People coming into the party, coming into what we got going on here, and not adding to the conversation, and spamming it, saying dumb shit. Like,
yeah, I'm too tired for people's bullshit today. I'll just fucking report you.
It's our fucking party, man. Like, we're not like anybody's welcome to come and hang out, but the second you're gonna like have Tourette's and yell a bunch of dumb shit or,
hang out all you want. The minute you become a douche noodle, you get your goose cooked.
That's it.
There you have it.
So thank you for putting them in timeout. Or kicking them. Yeah, I think the Just a Trick thing will happen.
Somebody time-outed her, but I reported the...
I don't know, is that too harsh?
What?
taking a shit on the floor.
I mean... I would hope that somebody wouldn't actually do that.
No, but I feel like that's
But I don't think the analogy is too harsh. No,
the analogy, it's like if you were having a party and it was just like, it was like an open door policy and anybody was invited to come hang, and if you wanted to, meet some cool people and talk about some cool stuff, awesome. But I guess the another analogy, if somebody came in and just like started fighting with somebody or like started going off the chain about something that had nothing to do with what we were doing, or literally like, was doing some dumb shit. Like fuck that. Like, get him out of here.
Get him out of here.
Yeah. So Just a Trick. Yeah, I think I'll do some tapes on that. So Jody said I want one. I think Jason was saying so. I'll do a short run. I'll let you guys know. I just got to get some tapes and print up some artwork. So thanks for the support, guys. We'll get
You should do a hidden track that's like a double speed master through a metal zone.
Yes, that would be sick.
Metal zone compression at 2x speed.
That would be awesome.
You'd be mean as hell. You could put that blood drive on it.
Yeah, dude, I have that. I've been writing the script up for that.
Have you played it yet?
No, I haven't had a chance to plug it in yet. Because I remember you saying one Switch is the mod you did and one Switch is the original.
I missed it. Someone shit in 424. No, that was just an analogy that Mike was making about people who come in and shit on the party in the chat.
Yeah. Hey, Phil. Yeah, like somebody, like the analogy, just somebody, you know, this like the 424 channel streaming, everything we do here. It's just, I just consider it a big party, a happy, fun time, you know, and it's a close knit community of lo-fi nerds doing our thing, and you know, people just come through and they're just like not adding to the conversation or just spamming.
Matt, you searched her out?
Just taking a shit on the floor at
Holy
our party.
Shit.
They gotta get the fuck out.
Matt went and looked for her and found her real Facebook account. Holy shit.
Wait, so what did they even say? I can view deleted messages. You're so ugly, cut your throats open. Jesus.
Yeah, that was why. That's why I sent the report.
Holy. Okay, now I feel like that shit analogy is fun. Yeah. That is crazy. I think we're gonna. Fuck them. That's crazy. Why would somebody even do that? That's probably just like, why would somebody even do that? It's so weird.
How come you can view the.
I don't know. I just clicked on view message. Wow, that's fucked up. That's the most fucked up message I think I've ever gotten from anybody online. Luis McKenna. This one goes out to you. Quote unquote. Ew, you're so ugly. Cut your throats open. Jesus Christ. Man. What the fuck? Holy fuck. I hope that's a trick or treat, man. That's some fucked up shit. Holy shit. I didn't even see what they said. Wow. Damn, yeah, they literally did. She literally did take a shit on the floor. Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Phil, if you hadn't said that, I would have never went back and looked at that. Thank you. I thought they were sort of like, you know, came in and said some dumb conspiracy shit or something. No, this was like, oh, that's fucked, man. Emo is real. Yeah, dude. What's up, Travis? Recording the Masters recently released new. I did not see that. No. That's crazy. That's something I'm wondering about. It's like I was saying before, maybe if you guys, I don't know who was here, but I want to do a video on peak 4-track, but also peak cassette. Like, are we hitting peak cassette yet? It doesn't seem like it. Mostly in reference to the just 4-track prices are getting crazy, but I'm wondering, like, cassettes in general too. Is there going to be, at what point do we hit the peak? It doesn't seem like we're there yet. Yeah, Luis.
I can't even comment.
Jesus. I just kind of like didn't even know. It's a short list just off her name alone. Yeah, that's crazy. I agree, J-Rat. Sorry, guys. Like, here I was thinking that the taking a shit analogy was too far, but I was thinking it wasn't far enough.
No.
That woman, I'm assuming, literally threatened us. Or, I don't know. Anyway, so yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that's smart of you, Matt. I don't know what I've gotten myself into with this.
Matt, how old is this person, do you think?
People volunteer more than enough info. I just don't use. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was their kid or something. You know, maybe it was some kid doing something.
I'm guessing it probably was a kid.
I don't think any middle-aged woman. I'm assuming they're middle-aged.
I don't know. 45.
It's good for a laugh. Troll call. Oh, really? I don't remember that. I actually do remember that.
What the fuck?
I do remember that. That was fucking funny too.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that must have been her kid.
Yeah.
I can't really. Well, I don't know. I guess. Whatever. Depends where she's from, what the demographic is. Because I met some dumb as fuck 45-year-old people.
Yeah, that's true.
Some dumb as fuck old people too.
It's like, how did you survive? Like, how did you get this far, acting like this?
Like, if the offspring was that dumb, what does that say about the parents?
Right. 40 and sporty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, yeah, troll culture, man, crazy stuff. I saw this really funny video. It was like two dogs like barking at each other.
Yeah.
I think my friend Chris posted it, and it said like, these dog, they were like, there's like a glass door, and they're both like looking to rip each other apart, and the person just comes over, opens the door, and they both just like look at each other and like walk away. It's like people in real life, how people fight online, and how people fight in real life. Shit was funny.
Yeah.
It's all in good fun. I'll definitely get called a tranny for the fun of it. So I don't understand. Does anybody know how it works? I mean, with the live stream, like how does Louise even get in here? Like, is it pumping it out to random peeps? Are they like?
It's probably like
Maybe somebody's just searching YouTube and it's like, hey, this thing's live. Like, check this out.
Yeah, there's probably some database. I don't know.
Very odd. Yeah, I think the trolls are inevitable, Phil. Raised by tablets, Adderall, and iPads. Nice. Did you make that up? That's a good pun. I've been called a tranny. Yeah. New song. Yeah, that would work. I was thinking about doing. That's funny. This segues perfectly into the video I was thinking about doing too. Most thumb down 424 recording videos. Pretty interesting stuff. Yeah, I came across because like Video Manager, you can see all the stats, and it's funny to see which ones. Like, I guess there's certain ones that just get pumped out to people, or people are searching them. And I think the most hated one is the one I did on the wall hanger, which doesn't make any sense. Like, it's called like my $18 guitar wall hanger.
I remember that one.
Yeah, that's like one of the most hated 424 recording videos.
Because people got nothing fucking better to do, man.
That video, I don't get it. But I'm gonna do some kind of funny commentary on the reasons why. I think why. I don't know. But also that new video I put out, lock your windows.
Why I for $0 don't give a fuck what you think about my videos.
Yeah.
That'll be my next one.
I just think it's so funny, like the troll stuff. It's weird. But anyway, I think it's kind of
because people
ironic.
are fucking dicks, and not like in the ha you're a dick kind of way, but like actual.
I think I was talking about this with Mike about the thumbs down. I don't know. I don't remember, Mike. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Oh, that's right. It's your video, and we were talking about it on. Yeah, it's like people disliking a video without saying why. Like,
I don't think I've ever disliked a video.
I don't think I have either.
I definitely have added like suggestion type commentary as to like, especially there's a lot of like electronics guys out there that are spreading like big time misinformation because they don't know any better. So I've definitely put in things here and there about that in the past, but I mean, if the information's out there and anything about it is accurate or usable to anybody else, then, make your corrective criticisms in the comments and move the fuck on. If you loved it, give it a thumbs up. If not, then...
Yeah.
I mean, unless it's like a YouTube video of somebody like hanging the fucking goat. I mean, in that case, that's a thumbs down video. But
Yeah. Or if it's like complete.
Unless you're into that, then you can fucking thumbs up it. I don't care. Thumbs right up the goat. Whatever you're.
I don't know if they would even. Yeah.
But
because like I don't know. Is it I think too like saying somebody's just like straight up clickbait if it says like, maybe that's what it is with the wall hanger. It's because I had to get the tools. It's not technically $1.18. People hate it. The same thing with that. I put out the video I think yesterday on that the Behringer dropping prices. I don't know if you saw that one or we talked about that at all.
I haven't.
I don't know. Check it out. It came out yesterday. It's on the channel page. It's basically Behringer slash prices up to 40% on some of their gear. But that video for some reason already has a few dislikes, and I don't know why. Is it like people don't think it's pertinent to the channel? Is it just like clickbaity? Like, I don't know. I don't think it's not either one of those things, so I don't know. But I agree with Mike in saying that, like, I almost wish there was like a little form or something. Somebody was like, because that's also like it'd be nice to know, like, well, what was it they didn't like? Did they not like the lighting? Did they think the sound sounded weird?
Well, the other thing to remember,
like Louise.
The other thing you should remember is that the weather's getting cold, so all these fuckwits have jack shit to do with themselves once the weather starts to turn.
Yeah. They're just
It's like fucking fucktard palooza out there.
yeah.
Like
Louise is just like sitting in her basement, like hating herself.
probably with like a hairbrush stuffed half up her ass, just fucking looking for something to be mad at.
Yeah. Jesus. Oh man, I don't know. Just trying to have some fun, Jay. We're just trying to have our
Yeah, I'm just trying to lighten the mood.
do our weekly
leave
stream.
you
And
with that mental image.
we got these people coming through, pissing on our
I
party.
know Skiz is gonna love that one.
Yeah, he already put the.
Yep, there it is. But yeah, I don't know. I think it's just these fucking dipshits have nothing better to do than sit around and criticize other people's creative output because mostly they lack any creative output of their own. That's generally what
that's what Jeremy was
the
saying
circumstance
too.
is.
Exodus. He was on one of the videos. He was talking to me about that a little bit. Made a comment about that. And it's like, just don't get it, Yeah, exactly. That's. I think that's a big reason for the thumbs down too, Phil. Is something that's misleading, clickbaity. It's like got some weird thumbnail, but that has nothing to do with the video.
Yeah, but think about all that fucking clickbait that travels through Facebook every single day, where like either
You can't dislike on Facebook though.
No, I know you can't, but my point is that shit gets repetitively shared and moved around. So even if it's misleading clickbait, there are still people who are becoming involved with it because it's traveling.
Yeah, I mean that's like the whole BuzzFeed business model, pretty much, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, even misleading thumbnails get plays, whether they should be thumbs down or thumbs up or otherwise, whatever. So I don't know what the deal is with that shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess just from like you were saying, like when you're
I'll tell
creating
you what it
something,
is. I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I think it's a whole bunch of motherfuckers that wish they made that video. That's what that shit is.
Thanks, dude. Yeah, hell yeah. I think it is too, man. I think it is.
Fuck them.
And I think it's at the end of the day, it's like,
well,
just make something. It takes a lot. I think it takes a lot of guts to make something and put it out there.
You know, if honestly. You think about though, like think about people who like actively dislike your band, right? Like when you're in a band and you have these people that are like, very obviously kind of about it.
I've been that way because I was jealous.
Yeah, and that's what it always comes down to. Yeah. Unless
I've been that guy. That's why I know how that mentality works.
There's a lot of bands, local especially, that I can't stand the fucking bands, and I don't like the people in them, and that has nothing to do with jealousy at all. Like, I write better songs than you. I find myself a lot more interesting than I find you, and.
Well, I think because I think what you're getting at with that is more of a lack of genuineness. I really feel like that's one of my biggest pet peeves. Like speaking of pet peeves and like things I don't like about some local stuff or just some bands that I know the people that are in and just I think that's what it comes down to. Like how do you make genuine art in a world utterly devoid of genuineness? It's like I don't know if you can. I think that's kind of the thing. Every person making anything struggles with,
Yeah, I don't know.
Not to sound like a fucking high horse.
There's a lot of bands that I know that like, if it wasn't for the studio production, they would not be anything like they are because they are. But it's like, are they actually like getting like doing something with what they're doing? Like some of them are.
What is it about it that like is it that there's like this sheen about it that irks you, or is it that like you just think it's like not genuine, like, or do you feel like it's unfair?
When I see somebody who is making some sort of a splash as a musician, and then I talk to that person about their musicianship, and what I find out is that they are not a musician at all. That bothers me. As somebody who spent my life dedicated to music and creating it and learning the craft of playing the instrument, regardless of my proficiency, it's just like...
Well,
wow. Like, yeah, I'm not really a guitar player. And then you watch the person try to play guitar, and it's like, huh. But then you talk to people, and I'm like, oh my God, did you see so-and-so? Like, yeah, I saw it, all right.
Well, I think that, because that kind of...
And it was shit.
And I agree with you, and that's exactly because like the biggest problem I have, and I think it ties into what you're saying, is like it just comes down to like the thing that irks me the most about music and like things I've seen locally, especially within the past like 5 years. There's bands that are really grinding it out and trying to do stuff, and I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then there are bands that are just fucking doing the payment plan.
I think
There's just fucking people bolstering their shit with just throwing fucking dollar bills at it. And maybe there's an element of I'm jealous that I don't have the fucking cash flow, but I'd also rather create something genuine like this community and everybody that comes out every week to hang with us and talk about the stuff that we're into. But I think it's just fucked up that like in today's world it's just like
a couple of the
like
people,
how much fucking
couple
money,
of the people that I have in mind that I'm referring to specifically.
'Cause
Everything
I think that's fucking bullshit.
But everything they do is based on their position at one of the local clubs and based on also their, nationwide connections and the production team that basically makes the records for them. But on merit of actually creating things, like one of them in specific is rehashing songs from, their teens basically. I mean, it's like might as well be 100 fucking years ago. Hasn't written a song since then. Still can't play fucking guitar. But it's like you have this production team that makes it into this thing so that you can still feed it into the hype machine and make a thing happen with it. That fucking pisses me off because it's disingenuous.
Right? Yeah, I think that's what really has gotten to me over the years as well. Is
like
that,
the producer on that record, I know he's a very good musician on a lot of levels and a lot of instruments, but the artist in question, yeah.
But I think if you're able to see through the charade.
Yeah.
See through is that a charade?
Charade. I think
like. Don't you think other people can see that too?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that.
Well, because at some point it becomes.
We've discussed this person at length.
Yeah,
before.
I think I know. But I feel like doesn't it become because I think there's an element of like I don't know circle jerking. We're definitely gonna get demonetized by this, by the way, like all the shit we've been saying.
Whatever.
No, I don't care, but it's just funny. Like, let's see how far we can take it.
But yeah, I just feel like in those situations, like if you can't really play your instrument, if you're not proficient at your instrument, then that's fine. That's the level you're at. But don't go around claiming to be something you're not and hiding behind your fucking production team. Like that's literally how you get Lil Wayne.
But so okay, to recap then, the elements of it, just because I think I just want to like really understand the elements of it that are because I think this is because I'm trying to filter this and figure this out for myself too, like because sometimes there's bands like this and people like this that there's something about I just don't like and I can't put my finger on it, and I guess like. I think it'd be one thing if people that did this kind of stuff were transparent about it or were like just cool people. But then you have this other element of like, I'm better than you because I did XYZ when you've been doing XYZ yourself. Like
it's exactly, and that's exactly you were privy to a conversation that was much the same as what you just said.
I know.
Yeah,
that's what fucking pisses me off. That's kind
all
of
part
the
of it,
place
man.
I wrote. Actually, I think one of Jeremy's favorite tracks from Just a Trick. Big Deal, man. That's basically the feeling that song is referring to. Is like because you get these people that if they were fucking cool. Or if they gave you the time of day, it's like Mike was saying too. He's like people in his local area don't check his stuff out or don't see the things he's doing, and it's like it'd be one thing if these people were cool and like they still had this level of like, well, I'm like paying the dockets or sending out the ducats and doing the thing, but then to like not even be transparent or be like have this other fake angle about it or this fakeness to you that's like. Mm-hmm. We're like holier than thou, or better than you.
But that outward persona pisses me off too.
I don't think it would be as bad as if they were just
dude.
But
like
cool.
that fake fucking sunshine shit you get from this person every time you see them, like you know what I'm talking about,
right?
Like God,
I think it just comes down to like realness,
Ugh.
like. But then at the same time it has, but see that informs more about those type of people and who they are and what they're doing than it has any reflection on you or on the art that they're making. I don't know. I feel like those people aren't living their truth, like, or they're just confused or lost, or I don't know. It's like, but that's the thing that fucking pisses me off is this fakeness, this like phoniness, this level of, holier than thou. I'm better than you because I did these things, but like you're saying, there's like this disingenuousness to it. Like that shit fucking pisses me off.
Yes.
I don't know if that's a symptom of like the digital age. It's a symptom of, because I just feel like there's a lot of people in our generation of people that are like that. People that I've come across. I don't know if it's I attract them because there's an element of that within myself, like, or it's just the circles of musicians that I've run in or have ran in, like. Because I've met some really cool fucking people, but
me too.
A lot of them aren't around here.
And I've met a lot of people even around here who, regardless of what their personality is, when it comes to their perceptions of themselves as a musician, in ratio to what it is that they can do as a musician, they carry themselves in a very understated way, and that's the way it should be.
Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. I feel like that's like a humbleness.
Yeah.
That's like an experience thing.
You know.
I heard this
I feel like half these motherfuckers walk around like, they walk into rooms with like their golden erection sticking out, like, check me out. Like,
well, that's what I was saying. It seems like a big that's the whole thing, right? There's almost this like, it's like the George Carlin thing. There's a party and like you're not invited to it, and it doesn't matter the art that some people are making or the thing is. It doesn't matter if the art is good or if what they're doing is genuine. It just matters that you're tapped into this circle of people that are all wankers and fucking wanking each other and being like, like
fucking total daisy chain, man.
Yeah, it's like that's the thing, that facade, like, and I don't know. I think that kind of goes into some of the shit we were talking about, like we were talking the other week about DIY spaces and places that are claim to be the most inclusive communities, and they're the most exclusive things to
Certainly
try to break into. Not all of them are like this. I'm not like pointing out anything specific about anything, but locally or
but I feel
places
like
I've been. But I just think like that's the whole part of this subculture is just like it doesn't fucking matter the art you make. It just matters who your friends are and if you're all.
Yeah, that's because all these little cliques are living fucking ass to mouth, man. They're all like fucking so far up each other's ass, all the way around in a fucking circle.
You're talking like human centipede style?
yeah, like something like that. But
yeah, I don't know, man. I that's a big reason I started doing this stuff on the channel, man. It was like I just felt very alone, especially locally, and maybe that's my own fault. I don't know if it's like the vibe I put out or there's just not people into the things I'm into, like how many people kind of go and strike up a conversation with about 4 tracks, but
there are people here that are into the same things.
I know, maybe I just don't look hard enough. It's my own fault, but
I don't think it's that.
That's a big reason I don't really tell people that I even know about the stuff I do on the channel.
Well, I think the problem is that the people
I'm just like I don't even care.
But the people that are around here that are into the same kind of things that you're into are exactly the people I'm talking about.
Right.
Like I wouldn't want to go and fucking associate with them and talk 4 tracks or whatever. I barely want to talk to them about their fucking repairs. And that's my bread and butter. I'm making money off that shit.
Right. I don't know, man. It's just this is something I've struggled with for a very long time, and I think I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It's just a question of genuineness. I think it comes down to. Like I think that I've been wanting to write either like an essay or some kind of like.
I like Jeremy's last phrase.
Shit,
that pretty much fucking caps the whole goddamn thing.
Oh, which one? His one?
Yeah, that pretty much caps everything I'm saying.
Yeah. Are we talking about Hollywood politicians? I mean, it sounds basically, right?
Well, I mean, I think that sort of shit happens everywhere, man. So it's like all
really
circles, all facets. It's kind of like whatever.
Well, I think it is, and I think it's. I don't know. I think that's kind of the.
But on the localized level is what I'm talking about.
Well, I think it very much in what we're talking about, we're both outsiders of that, and I think when you are sitting on the outside looking in, you have a much different perspective than when you're on the inside, and what it is people are doing.
I also hate those people that walk around like they're just a fucking ray of fucking sunshine. I can't stand that shit.
Well, I think, I don't know. I don't.
That whole fake happy facade, like, goddamn.
Yeah, but that's like, I feel like some of the people that you see that are some of the happiest people are usually the saddest. That's fake it till you make it. It's like that's. I think that's a very real thing, man.
MPF is dipping.
Oh, see you, Mike. Good to have you through,
Mike.
my friend. Thanks for coming through. Good chatting, and hopefully we get to the bottom of these dislikes, my friend. Mom's gonna fix it all soon. What?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, I don't know. This is something I've definitely struggled with and don't really know what to think about. I was saying, I think there's like this. I feel like like I really want to read a book on the subject of cool and like how that developed, because I think that cool has become
cool is a fake facade too.
And I think that cool has evolved into this like cultural thing now where people that are not cool at all, not genuine at all, want to so badly be genuine and cool. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I feel like it's evolved into something. I feel like the salification or the whatever the cool. I'm not even sure, movement. What would you even say? Because it cool. I don't know. Like the James Dean.
Cool is not a tangible thing. It's a state of fucking being.
I feel like either you are or you're not. Yeah, it's like rhythm. It's like either you can.
I don't think there's really.
Or you can't.
I don't think there's really a definition about what cool is, because it means something different to different people.
But I think
a lot of people think I'm cool, but a lot more people think I'm not. So
yeah.
I don't know.
Same here. I think
really
people think there's certain people that think I'm really cool, and there's certain people that are like, yo, this guy is just this regular dude doing his thing, I don't know. I just think like
I gotta step out for a second.
Yeah, sure. I'll try to work through this.
Yeah, there you go. I'll be right back.
Because I feel like the phenomenon of cool is something that I want to write something on this or work on a book or ebook or essay or something. It's like I feel like it's gone too far, because I feel like the people that are truly cool don't know it or don't really care, and then there's this whole swath of people so desperately trying to be cool or fit in or use their coolness or genuineness as like a axe over other people's heads, or to differentiate themselves from the rest, like all these normal people, like and I think it's getting really fucking bizarre and out there, like
I think
what it means to be cool today.
I think legitimately the coolest people are the ones who don't give a flying fuck if they're cool or not.
Right.
That's what makes a motherfucker cool.
Yeah. That's kind of what I'm getting at, is like this whole evolution of cool, or like this whole idea of cool has been taken too far, I think, by certain people, and now it's just like a social...
Well, it's like it's fucking monetized at this point. Like you can buy gear that says I'm cool on it now. Like what the fuck?
Yeah. I don't know. I think that the whole phenomenon of cool has gone too far, and that people who are, I don't know, they're trying to right some like wrong that happened to them, or they just feel so shitty about themselves that the only way to make themselves feel any better is to shit on other people or to be too cool for other people, or I don't know. Like I think that's just that's just fucking bankrupt. So fucking vapid. Like people that do that shit, and it just pisses me off to no end. I'm sure everybody knows this kind of people. Sorry, I feel like I'm really going on. I don't know if this is making any sense. Matt says I know exactly what Mike's saying. Thank you. Hey, on your face, what's up?
Exodus, that's what I'm talking about. People who are really cool don't try. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like this image. Yeah, it's all this image.
But people who really try hard to be cool are the ones that stand out as fucking mega wankers. So it really, I mean...
Yeah. Right, yeah. People, Ian Curtis, or Joey Ramone. It's like, yeah, those people...
Or they meet up with people who are operating on the same superficial level, and then they all just hang out and be cool together.
That's exactly what I was saying about being like an outsider and looking into this, because like that's exactly how I feel. And I feel about some of the DIY spaces and things like that. Or there's these people that, yeah, you
Yeah, I
fucking
know who
nailed it.
Ian Curtis is.
You fucking nailed it, bro. Yeah, Joy Division, hell yeah. I don't know. Can you say that again? I guess we could rewind it, but can you say what you just said again? You said there's like people who think they're cool and they hook up with people that also think they're cool. I'm paraphrasing. However.
I can't remember exactly what I said. You'll have to rewatch it.
Basically, it's like I feel like there's these people that are just like feeding each other's delusions. It's like this fake coolness, and then all these people hook up, and then it's like. As I was saying, I think there's like this. I feel like I really want to read a book on the subject of cool, and like how that developed, because I think that cool has become.
I might have gone like way.
I think it's ahead of that, yeah.
Facade too.
And I think that cool has evolved into this like
Turn that shit on the
cultural
side.
thing now, where
Buy gear that says I'm cool on it now. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's funny, Exodus, that you bring that up.
That's exactly what I was saying.
That's actually
I'm like really going on. I don't know if this is making any sense. Matt says I know exactly what Mike's saying. Thank you. Hey, on your face, what's up?
Exodus, that's what I'm talking about. People who are really cool don't try.
damn, this is meta.
It's like, yeah,
That's
this
awesome.
Image, yeah, it's
Joey.
all this image.
But people who really try hard to be cool are the ones that stand out as fucking mega wankers. So
It's
it
coming.
really, I mean,
We're close.
you know.
Right, yeah, people, yeah, Ian Curtis,
Or-
Joey Ramone. It's like, yeah, those.
Or they meet up with people who are operating on the same superficial level, and then they all just hang out and be cool together.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was saying about being like an outsider and looking into.
I
This.
feel like that's the disease of cool right there. Because there's people that are trying so hard to be cool cowboy that they are I'll talk about that in a second.
Cowboy.
That they're meeting up and they're all trying to be cool. And it just becomes this like
Hey, I hang out at coffee shops sometimes. What are you saying?
Hang
I don't
out.
hang out with anybody though. That's sort of. Is it still hanging out if you're there by yourself? I'm not really sure.
I'm in and out, baby. This is my main hang spot right here. I hang out by myself. Jay comes over once a week. This is like the most social interaction I have most weeks.
There you go. And we go and walk around and talk to no one.
We walk around in the dark.
We talked to the lady at the gas station for
weird.
about 2 minutes,
Yeah.
where she asked me questions about clove cigarettes and
Yep.
yeah.
So that's something I can't consciously take credit for Be Cool Cowboy. It was something that my friend got this card from this other guy when he was younger, when his grandfather died, and it just said "Be Cool Cowboy," and I always thought that was really cool, or just like a cool phrase. But I think that is actually a really good. That's something I think about with the name "Be Cool Cowboy." I mean, now I'm just like wanking my own name here a little bit, but basically, like the way I sometimes look at it is, like different things. Like the phrase can mean different things, but like I feel like that's kind of the essence of everything we've been talking about. Like Cowboys.
You just dropped a Hall and Oates reference. Jesus Christ.
Me?
No.
Oh.
Jeremy. Okay, Exodus.
Out of touch.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I just feel like I was just gonna say with that Cowboys, it's like this inherently like the idea of like the Marlboro Man, people smoking, like it used to be this it used to be this like aspect of culture that's just like inherently cool, whatever that means. Like somebody who's like a cowboy, like the image of like a cowboy on the range and doing all this shit, and like that's kind of the idea of the name, or like the thing I think about is like
What's going on, David?
like having to tell that sort of person to be cool now. It's like
One of the guys from Hall and Oates owns a club like not that far from here.
yeah, he's got
Daryl's house, yeah. Yep. Well, where do we go from here?
I don't know if that made any sense. I feel like I was whatever. I'll have to think about it. It's like yo, what's up, David? Like cowboy's just inherently uncool now, so it's like, you know, be cool, cowboy.
Well,
Or like,
actually, the cowboy Americana culture is really hot right now. So
well, that's what I mean. It's
Tap
like
into that
ironic,
shit, man. You
It's like
could be-
ironic because
you
it's
could be
like the-
fucking playing festivals and all kinds of shit.
I feel like that's like the irony of the band name of my band name. I don't know. I feel like I'm like spinning aimlessly right now. I can't like fucking connect these points in my brain that I'm
I'm
trying
just
to
thinking about like falafel and shit. I don't know.
it's like I have it there, but I can't like access it or like say what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Lukewarm cowboy. There you go. Yeah, I feel like I'm really lukewarm right now. Shit.
Yeah.
Having to tell somebody who's supposedly inherently cool to be cool because they're just not cool. If that makes sense. I
Yeah.
think that's it.
That's the best it gets right there.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
I
what
don't
I was trying to say. Okay. Lukewarm Mike. That sounds like a character in like a Coen's brother movie or something. New nickname. I like it. Let's do it. But yeah, so we've been talking about cool. David, good to see you. Enya, Face, good to see you. I said that already. Everybody for chilling. We've been going all over the map tonight. It's been really good.
I don't think
It's been
we've
really-
talked about recording
been
for
really
more than maybe
cathartic.
about 5 minutes.
It's been really cathartic. See, maybe that's why I have somebody with thumbs
You
down.
know,
this.
I hate listening to myself in the replay because every time I say the word fuck, I sound like Notorious B.I.G. Does anybody else
What?
notice that?
What?
I
I've
don't know.
never noticed that.
I don't know.
Somebody's gotta sample
Very
that
weird.
and put it to like a 90s like hip hop instrumental. Nice, dude. That's awesome. Thanks, J-Rad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this has been very cathartic. Like, this is all stuff I think about and shit that pisses me off, but I never like dump it out of my head. And it's fun to do that once in a while. I think it's important to do that. Biggie. Oh yeah, tell us about that, David. Said the weed legalization thing is getting crazy here in Quebec.
I heard that Canada's like running out of weed already. It's like the first week. and-
What? That's nuts.
Yeah.
They didn't make enough of that stuff. They got.
I don't know. I'm not sure that's the right phrasing, but I mean, you know.
Okay, here we got our first recording question of the night.
Yes.
Ever try the tube MP between an amp direct out and an interface? I can't say that I have. I've always tried it like instrument into the MP into the amp, either recording or. Wait, is that the question? Ever try the tube MP between an amp direct out and an interface? No, I can't say that I have. What's so funny, Jay?
Let's see what Skiff said.
Oh yeah, that'd be great. I should make a Digitakt sample pack of that.
Holy shit.
Yo, that's coming. I gotta make it. I'll remember that. Yeah, I've been wanting to go back through the streams. One thing I've been doing is
Stealing sound bites.
well that and oh wow, it's been so cannabis has been out of stock. That's nuts.
Yeah, because people anticipated it
3
really
days
hard,
in.
but the dispensaries did not.
Wow. Well, they're pulling a Nintendo, man.
Plus, Canada's been shipping the weed down to America for a long fucking time. So,
Whoa, whose big box pedals are those?
I don't know. EHX posted it.
Wow, that's cool.
Mike Norfield. You can watch him on Twitch.
Thanks, Phil.
Holy shit, look at all these
Thanks for
fucking-
coming through,
Dude,
Phil. Have a good one.
All the big
Wow.
muffs.
Jay's looking
Yeah.
at some crazy Instagram big muff stuff. Thanks for coming through, Phil. Thank you. Thanks for that, buddy. Hopefully see you around soon.
Catch you later, Phil. Come back and see us next week.
Come back and see us next week.
Oh, he's got a Lel, too. Fuck, I always wanted one of those. See that on the end?
Yeah, what is that?
That's a Soviet chorus pedal.
Whoa. That's nuts.
Man, those are fucking dope. I gotta follow this guy, even though it's probably a whole bunch of shitty guitar videos. At least there's cool pedals.
So yeah, and any recording questions, music questions? Anybody out there? Or we're just chilling and having some catharsis tonight.
Well, I think the point about the tube MP between the amps direct out and the interface or whatever input is an interesting one. But I would worry that you would have to pad the MP or keep the output super low to make the MP actually affect that that signal.
I guess what's the purpose of that, Matt? Oh, I got two more, Jeremy. Two more Fall Song Challenge songs. That's going to be coming out. It's dropping on Friday. I'm going to put out those on the 44 Recording Bandcamp. So, right in the mood for Halloween. The metal album will be coming out. It's weird. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I'm going to have a post-recording wrap-up chat about the Fall Song Challenge for me this year, and I hope to see what everybody's been working on. I've been getting a lot of emails, and the forum's been popping off with people posting their stuff, and it's cool. I'm really happy to see other people inspired to make some music this fall, and I'm really excited to put out the stuff that I did. And I definitely ran out of steam a little bit, but it's all something we'll chat about. Maybe in the live stream.
David's looking for a general purpose studio condenser. I mean, the obvious choice would be the 414, but it depends on what your budget is.
Yeah. I thought it was big. Capro came in and he left. I don't know if Twin saw that. If Twin's still here. The Capro visit always happens around this time.
I would think
nice,
that
dude. Do it up, Jeremy.
Taking the direct out and running it through the MP would give you the ability to add more saturation to the signal, but I'm not sure that all of the effects of doing that would be necessarily positive. I would say try it. The worst it's going to do is sound like shit. I mean, I would plug it in that way and keep your gain and volume on the MP all the way down and adjust that to taste so that you don't fucking destroy anything. You might have to pad the input so that you don't clip the shit out of it, unless you want the op amp distortion that's going to come out of that. It's totally up to you, I guess. I say try it. Just don't ever hook your speaker out to something like that. Make sure it's line level, headphone level, whatever.
Nice.
But yeah, fuck it. I would try it.
Yeah, Jason got his tracks up in May. I think Stefan posted a track. Or that might not have been for the Fall Song Challenge. I know Mike's been working on his stuff. A couple other peeps out there. October Rust. Is that the one that you sent me, Jeremy? Man, I just got hit. I like this crazy wave.
I thought typo negative. No, I don't like typo. I never really got it.
Yeah, I've heard of it, but I never listened to them.
I think the thing that I didn't like about typo was Pete Steele's fucking vocals.
What kind of stuff is it?
It's very like I don't know. It's like
very.
It's
deep.
like mock gothic. I don't know. It's not my thing.
Oh yeah, Enya Face posted a couple tracks from their Fall Song Challenge. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, Jason, thanks for sharing those. I'm not sure. Honestly,
Matt, those XLR direct outs.
I gotta take another listen to those. I'm not
Check
sure.
and see if you can pad the direct out right at the amp if it has a level select. And if not, if they're a fixed level, then make sure that you're padding the input of that tube MP, because it's not looking for a line signal on that XLR coming into it. You're going to definitely want to pad that down.
Jason, I don't know if I checked this out. I'm gonna post this right now to the chat.
David, if you
check
want
this out.
something that's like a fixed pattern, fairly universal mic, you could look at some of like the AT stuff, like the 3030 Audio Technica 3030. That's sort of like a general purpose single pattern condenser. I think you can get one of those around $100 or so. That one MXL mic was at the V67, I think. It's a large diaphragm condenser. That one's alright. Basically, look at that MXL line if you're looking for something that's not super expensive. There's a couple good options. Just don't get the 990. That's a small diaphragm and a large diaphragm body. Bass has a physical pad button. Yeah, so pad the bass amp, and with the guitar, if it's a digital setting, then probably the master volume menu someplace has a selection for that.
Yeah.
I don't know, the 770 I think is the 990, but with a black housing, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, what? I missed the Led Zeppelin ripoff. What is that referring to? Tree Man? What band is that?
The Greta Von Fleet, is that?
Oh, okay.
I don't know Greta Von Fleet, but there's so much bullshit that plays on the independent rock station here. It's like every fucking band sounds the goddamn same. None of them are saying anything, and all of them are making shit you heard in the 60s and 70s. It's really like, I can't believe this is what fucking music is now.
I mean, it isn't though, right? Because there's like a lot of cool stuff if you're willing to go searching for it.
Commercially, that's fucking what it is. It's that.
But does anybody like terrestrial radio? Like, I don't know, not to like shit on terrestrial radio, but does anybody really even listen to that much anymore?
I don't know. I mean, there's the iHeartRadio
I know, like,
app, so
my
people are
parents
listening to it that way.
Well, it's just crazy to me, like the smorgasbord of stuff that's out there now. You can really, fine tune stuff to your taste, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really roam in those circles of like the radio stuff. I believe it though. I mean, isn't that kind of always the case?
Skiz, I have a friend or more than an acquaintance anyway, who fronts a Nine Inch Nails tribute band. If you want to search that on Facebook, it's Sin, the Nine Inch Nails tribute. SIN.
Oh, hey, what's
they
up,
actually
James?
do a pretty convincing job with what they got, but
James says they got a pretty good radio station. Is that a college radio, 93.3? I mean, that was always like, I always hung out at the radio station. Yo, what's up, buddy? And they, they always played like pretty good stuff. Like, I mean, that was probably about 10 years ago now, but it's mainstream. Oh, that's cool. I mean, I think there's some good stations out there. I didn't mean to shit completely on terrestrial radio, but I don't know. Like, whenever I listen to, I guess I'm just like a Spotify fanboy at this point. I listen to a lot of stuff on there, a lot of albums on there, and
I have spent 0 minutes on Spotify.
Really,
I don't even have it.
dude. I gotta say, like, I don't know. As somebody who's listened to a lot of music and grew up listening to a lot of music, I think Spotify does a really good job of suggesting music that you would like to you. It's almost scary how good it is at predicting things that you would want to listen to, or things that are very similar to what you want to listen to, I guess based on other people's listening habits. But like, I remember like certain things I used to listen to when I was younger that I've never listened to on Spotify have come up in relation to things that I have listened to. So meaning like it knows my taste based on things or I don't know how it works, but it's really fucking interesting. But I don't know. I think it's really cool. That's my main go-to. I don't really listen to much music
Mechanical
anymore.
Animals. That was a Marilyn Manson record, wasn't it? Pretty sure. Anyway, I just listen to the same shit that's been on my iPod since like for fucking ever, and it's all the CDs I've collected like over the course of my life that's on that iPod. So I probably haven't added anything to that since I'm gonna say 2013
Bouldering,
or
what up?
14.
Good to see you again. Even though I have a track on there, supposedly. I think I've listened to that track, Matt. Or maybe I listened to it on YouTube. I really like Spotify, I gotta say. Like, I don't know. Like I said, it does a really good job at, I think, for me, suggesting things that I would want to listen to. And
For me, it wouldn't work because I already like the things that I like, and like.
but say you put
There's
on
very-
an album that you liked, like there's a really good chance that after that stopped playing, it would
There's
suggest
very little chance that I will like whatever it gives me next. Very little, because if it's a sound alike to what I just listened to or was listening to, it I don't know. That's not really my thing. Sound alikes are just fucking copies of other shit.
I guess I've just gotten very lazy with my music listening. I think that's kind of
Well, I mean, if it works for you, then go for it.
it does, but I feel like I find that there's certain habits that I've gotten into in the digital age that, like, one of them is that I just forget things so much easier. I don't know if that happens to you. And it might just be a function of getting older, but like,
I don't know. Before cell phones, I remember like I knew all my friends and their parents' phone numbers and shit. Like,
well, like today
I
I
don't
was like,
fucking know.
I had to go food shopping, and my wife had told me something that I needed to get, and I like literally went down the aisle to get it. And this was in a food store that had like 4 aisles, and I knew like what I had to get, and I was like, well, I completely forgot what it was, and she just told me. And when I got to the section that I needed to get to, it was the fucking bread section. I forgot that she asked me to get bread, literally like 5 seconds, 10 seconds earlier. As soon as I turned down the aisle, I forgot why I turned that. Like, that's fucking crazy. So I think like that kind of thing, like my brain has just gotten so goddamn lazy, and also I just noticed I'm like get much more irate a lot more quickly. And that's the right word. Like if something doesn't like work out in like a few minutes, I get very frustrated, and I think it's like this instant on-demand culture that we live in because it's so easy to look at shit. Like I feel like the way that phones and stuff is training our brains is like, oof, it's going to be interesting repercussions. I feel like everybody's brain is just fucking broken. But so anyway, I'm pretty lazy with the spot and listening to music. I don't have my CDs here. I gotta get them, but they're at my parents' house. Oh, there's my water bottle. But like, I feel like if I had those, I would listen to a lot more stuff, a lot more of the older stuff. I'm wanting to do like maybe a reviews segment on the channel or series about some of my favorite records. I don't know if that's interesting to anybody, but
do it.
yeah, I get that in your face moving away from Spotify. After I don't know, it's just one of those things. Like, I feel like people will always gravitate toward what's most convenient for them, and for right now, that's most convenient for me. Right now, phones are super convenient for everybody that uses one. It's kind of crazy, like where it's heading. I don't know. Oh yeah, soundtracks. I'm down with soundtracks. John Carpenter, yeah, I like a lot of. I mean, this one's pretty relevant, or maybe it's like very hip, but I'm really into like David Lynch soundtracks and like the sounds. I forget the guy's name that composed like the Twin Peaks stuff. Like, I really like the Terminator 2 soundtrack.
Did you ever hear that band Godspeed You Black Emperor?
Yeah, that band's fucking great.
They soundtracked a bunch of movies. I think that's actually where they came from.
Oh, really?
I forget what the movies were, but that's how I first heard of them.
Yeah, I saw this T2 video. I forget the guy's name. Steven from Noir at Blanc V showed it to me or sent me the link, but The guy made this video about the Obenheim, I guess like the instrument that they used for Terminator 2, and like understanding how they made some of the sounds that they made is like the video is fascinating. It's really well done. I gotta see if I can find the guy, because I think it's a really sick video. If any of you guys are interested in that sort of thing, especially the T2 stuff is very. I forget what it's called. It's the way that thing sampled shit, and then the way the guy like creatively used like some of the sounds in T2, like when like the T1000 is dying, or like they're just like slowed down versions of like this weird jazz sample. It's fascinating. Let me see if I can find that video. Maybe somebody in the chat's seen it.
Yeah, I definitely don't know that.
It's it's a really good watch. It's fucking hilarious too. The guy, let me see. I'm subscribed to him. I gotta find him. Alex Ball. That's him. He did this video on the. He does some really good videos on historical stuff. Where is that one? I guess if I just put Alex Ball T2, it'll probably come up. Where the fuck is it? Wow, did it get taken down or something? Terminator. Dude, that's fucking weird. Is this the right thing? I wonder if it got taken down or something. That was a sick video. Maybe it's like an Obenheim video. I don't know. Sorry, I'm kind of going off on the tangent here. But anyway, yeah, I like soundtrack music. I know that this one's pretty mainstream, but I really like the soundtrack to Into the Wild. Did you ever see that movie? It's actually by the warrior poet Eddie Vedder. The soundtrack, it's fucking great.
Oh, I know the soundtrack.
Yeah, he did a great
Eddie
job with
Vedder,
that, man.
Oh god,
It's like
isn't that like where that Big Hot Sun song came from?
Big Hot
You gotta
Sun.
be big hot sun, beating on the beat, people.
I don't
In
know.
the big hot world.
Wow. I don't see that video I was just referring to. Whatever. That sucks. I hope it didn't get taken down. It was a sick video. Wait, is that the right guy? Anyway, it was this really cool video about how they did the sounds of Terminator 2, and I was saying like they used the Openheimer synth or something, and the way that it sampled stuff. A lot of the movie is just these slowed down samples of like a jazz
That's weird.
trumpet or something. It's bizarre, but like some of those really eerie sounds in that movie are just like these weird jazz samples slowed down. Oh well. I don't know. I feel like I dreamt about this now. I don't see anybody. Silver Mount Zion. Yeah, that's the same. Isn't it the same guys or same people from Godspeed? Or am I mixing that up? Oh, nice, Tree Man. You're into that one too? Yeah, he did a great job, man. Like, that was one of those things, hate Vetter. Jeremy Spoker. You know who does a really good Eddie Vedder impression? We got to get him. Tim. He's like amazing at it. We got to get him over here. I got to get him. We should just do a live stream of him covering Eddie Vedder a cappella. It's amazing. Yeah, I feel like Eddie Vedder is one of those guys. Bobby, I would say even if you hate him, check that out. I think it's like I think it transcends Vedder. I think it transcends all that is Vedder.
I've always felt like Eddie Vedder was like intentionally and unnecessarily weird.
Well, like the whole stage climbing shit.
No, his mannerisms and the way he articulates in interviews and things.
Oh, I've never really watched
very
that
like
kind of stuff.
there's something very fucking janky and formulated about that dude. I don't like it, and it's beyond his singing. I don't care about that. Like He's from L.A. anyway. He's not a fucking. That's not a Seattle dude.
Oh, really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I wasn't sure where he was from. That's funny. I didn't. I gotta like watch them. I know he had like these weird stage antics and stuff, and
He does a lot of this like rolling his eyes back in his head shit when he's talking in the interviews and stuff.
Really?
So there's
He's
either
not-
like
he's sure he's
something
not, like,
fucking
on
wrong with
something?
him, or I don't know.
yeah. Bobby, yeah, you're not the first person that said they could see me jamming out to 8-bit chiptunes. Maybe I should do that for the next fall song challenge, or maybe I'll just do it for the Thanksgiving song challenge. No. Oh yeah, Daniel Lanois, he's got some good shit too, man. Sling Blade, that's a great movie.
Matt, the Focusrite stuff is all good. You could look at used market too and get, like a fucking, what is it, a Pro 40, you think? Focusrite.
Oh, Sapphire? Yeah, it's like the
the
blue one?
Sapphire Pro 40 you could probably get in that 400 range. 3 to
Yeah.
400 range, and that's 8 in, 8 out.
Oh, Jimmy Page scored Death Wish 3? That sounds like it'd be amazing. I gotta check that out.
That's fucking weird.
That's what I mean. Like I like that just sounds completely strange and amazing. Anyone have a recommendation on an interface? Oh, I really like the Scott Pilgrim soundtrack too. I mean, I really like the
That one actually really is good.
Yeah, that soundtrack is fucking dope, and I love the Sex Bob-omb tracks. Like they're all like Beck tracks, but
Are they Beck tracks?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
Sex Bob-omb is like Beck, and like and his drummer wrote a lot of them, and then they had the actor. I think that's his actual voice, him singing on it.
Michael Cera?
No,
the
Steven Stills.
oh.
Well, the character, I think his name, but and then but yeah, Beck was like I saw like an interview or read an article about it, and he was like, because Beck is known. I didn't realize this, but Beck he like used to work or works very laboriously on his stuff, and like like something like Devil's Haircut or why can't I think of what's the album with Devil's Haircut on it? Anybody? Midnight Vultures. Like some of those early Beck albums, like he like worked so hard and changed
like,
so many things around.
I know, like on Delay, like fucking isn't Loser a tape loop?
I don't know. I mean, it might be, yeah.
It's definitely a loop. He's not playing it like that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole thing is like even the drums. I think are sampled and everything. I was gonna say it was like
He actually just did that new record,
yeah,
and the one song I've heard off of that was actually pretty good.
Colors.
I think it was Colors. Yeah,
Yeah, that
it's like
album's
that.
cool,
The
man.
song's like the first single is like a little bit dancey,
Yeah,
but I mean,
it's like very. That album
Beck is a fucking weird guy, so he can get away with just about anything.
That album, I saw an interview with that album too, and it was like they were trying to go for something that sounded super modern, but super like
The coolest
70s.
The coolest shit with him
weird.
is like when he used to make it all in his fucking kitchen, man.
That was the Sex Bob-omb tangent that I was talking about. So like he used to be more of like, I mean he's got a record, One Foot on the Grave, that's like on K Records, like that's like that really indie shit that he had, and
Well, like there's
really indie shit.
There's that one song on the DGC Rarities compilation called Compilation Blues. It's just like him and an acoustic guitar and a
Right.
harmonica.
Yeah. But he used to do
Riding
that
lamppost,
stuff. Yeah.
moldy toast,
Yeah.
excitement level,
So like
zero.
part of I think the Sex Bob-omb stuff was recapturing that, but
Mm.
also I don't know specifically, but I think his process changed so much to the point where he's doing these crazy compositions and changing things and moving stuff around. And then with the Sex Bob-omb stuff, he mentioned that it was like a lot of the shit is like the first and only take of some of those songs, the instrumentals, and I think it was improvised or this like very very quickly. Like even you hear at the end of some of those songs, like the first song they play that plays during the credits, like the way that it ends, it just sounds like it kind of falls apart. Like that was because it was literally they was just fucking rolling. And it was
And
like,
that's where it broke down.
they were like, okay, because like some of the songs like they like have this weird like ending or outro, or they kind of like just keep jamming, and like that's because it's like literally, And I feel like that's what I like about that movie, like subconsciously before I knew that that was the case, is that it captures that lightning in a bottle thing we've been talking about, with just a trick and recording in general. Like, I don't know, sick movie, sick soundtrack. Boulder and good call on the soundtrack. Chad, I like that.
Yo, cut it.
Yo. There's a great video online of Beck playing that, I think solo on his Silvertone. He actually, this is like his main squeeze. He's got one of these.
Actually, I think he has like
he's
a
like
green
wearing
sparkle
like a
one.
suit. Yeah,
Yeah.
does he? Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's playing like a similar to guitar, and he's like playing that lick, and like it's a really awesome fucking
Bobby,
performance.
that Weezer song, Jamie, is that's like one of their college fucking demos. That's like pre-Blue Album shit.
Is that true, Jeremy? The solo in Jeremy is him saying he. Sounds like something a dolphin would say.
Oh, that's Cranberries. Same fucking difference.
Lenoir, yeah. I always say that wrong. Well, there's that Neil Young album that came out that's called Les Noise, which is recorded by Daniel Lenoir or Lenoise. I think that's like the whole. It's kind of a play on words. And that album is really interesting. Speaking of interesting albums, it's all just I think electric and Neil singing. Super interesting stuff. Really good lesson in songwriting on that one, I would say.
Yeah, that song Jamie was recorded by somebody that was going to their college that was in a some sort of media arts program, and that was recorded supposedly live to 2-track.
Oh, Jamie, yeah.
You
Were
ever
we
hear that
talking
song?
about that? I think you were telling me about that.
Yeah, that's a really. I mean, the tones on that song are fucking wicked good, man. Really,
Oh yeah, because we were talking about
their gear.
their amps.
Yeah,
When were we talking about that?
a couple weeks ago.
On the chat?
Last week? I
on
don't
the
know.
stream? So we were talking about the pictures, or like, we were talking about those big box like Marshall. There was like
You can get a repop of that cabinet now from Mojo Tone, the Mach 810 or 812 rather. Sorry.
shave your face with some mason in the dark.
Yo, that Beck song Mexico is pretty good too. You ever hear that one?
Probably. What record is it on?
I have no
Is it a
idea.
newer one?
It's on YouTube. No, it's old.
Or is it like
it's old. It's like
Oh.
him in an acoustic.
Dude, some of the
It's about
the
like
only
them
tracks,
like robbing a fucking McDonald's or Burger King, and running away to Mexico.
There's one Beck album that's like, I think it's like even before Mellow Gold. I forget. I don't know.
Radar,
I
like
have
the
it.
recording system.
It's
Is
like
that what you mean?
whack shit, man. It's really funny. Oh, and your face later. Thanks for coming through.
All right, later on, enjoy that shower.
You can check out Enya Face's Fall Song Challenge track on the forum. Just check out the thread there, and that's where Jason's stuff was too. Eno and Fripp Vinyl. Dress as if they are a second coming of Zeppelin. Their act is a ripoff and not ironic like The Darkness. That band was funny. The Darkness. The Darkness was almost
I
like.
just feel like so many of these modern artists are just, it's all rehash and fucking
Well, you know what
regurgitation.
I'm
And
waiting
there's not
for?
even like a personalized spin on it. They're just like unabashedly ripping shit off. I heard a fucking song the other day. I was like, man, I never heard this fucking song before. It sounded just like David Bowie, right? I'm like, man, it's a pretty good fucking song. And it's like fucking, I forget what the band. No, it wasn't. It's like fucking like Death Cab for Cutie or some bullshit. Put out this fucking song. It sounds just like a David Bowie song.
Is it from the
What
new
the
one?
fuck?
The new one? Somebody, yeah.
I think I can't remember if it was them for sure, but it was one of those dickhead bands like that.
Yeah.
Like what?
So wait, so you initially liked it?
Stars out of fire. That's the fucking song. I was like, man, come and stay with me. It's so cold and gentrified.
I could see
It was
that being-
totally fucking
Or is
Bowie,
that-
dude. And then I
Yeah.
was like, what the fuck is this? So Bowie died. Now we needed some fucking
Slide right
little
in.
hipster dickhead to fucking cruise into that spot and fill that void. Like, Ziggy Stardust, you are not my friend.
I'm looking at the Greta Van Fleet
Fucking
thing.
pisses me off.
The band's heavy rock sound is heavily influenced by the work of Zeppelin, although they are most likely influenced by traditional artists from blues. All right, we'll have to check it out. His voice has been compared to Robert Plant's Husky Howl. There's a band name for you, Husky Howl. Snatch up the Bandcamp. Better snatch that up. Somebody's gonna snatch it up. Yeah, I don't know. We'll check it out. I think the whole thing is like, it's it kind of history repeats itself. I think if somebody's like genuinely influenced by something, that's cool. But if somebody's just trying to rip it off because they don't have a style,
Have you heard that song?
the
The
Bowie
song
one?
I'm talking about?
No.
We'll have to listen to that after.
I saw something Jeremy was saying. People have said,
Dude, like the fucking mix style, the reverbs, the vocal enunciation, everything about that sounds like a fucking Bowie song.
yeah.
Uh,
Are you talking about the first track you sent, Jeremy? I could see that. Well, it's like, Bowie's, fucking amazing songwriter, amazing artist. Like
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I think more people should rip him off, but if it's just like a complete,
It's way too blatant.
yeah.
Way too fucking blatant.
Well,
Unless
like
it's
that
just
song
how
we
I'm
were
hearing
playing.
it. I mean, I don't know.
Where we were jamming that last song we've been doing, and it's like literally the same
Oh, yeah.
chords. Like that was a complete accident. I was like, yeah, it kind of sounds like Heroes. Oh well.
Do they smoke grass at Space, Bowie? Or do they smoke AstroTurf? Ooh. Does the space cold make your nipples go pointy, Bowie?
Earthling. I don't think I ever listened to that one. Elvis died 77. Glenn formed Misfits 77. There you go. I don't know. We'll have to check out Greta Van Fleet and
I don't know the Bowie album Earthling either, actually.
I don't know that album either. Yeah.
Most of my Bowie listening is like the
Brian
first
Eno.
fucking record.
I'm into like all that whole string of albums from like Diamond Dogs up till like I don't even know. There's that whole string of albums that he did with Brian Eno are fucking unreal. Yo, Fugazi's a great band too.
Yeah, I don't feel like Fugazi really went for the full Danzig vocal, though. Like, not for nothing, I love the Misfits and everything, but Danzig's a fucking asshole, and he sings like he's mentally handicapped on half the shit, so I don't know. Not a great thing to try to emulate. And I've spoken to sound people who have worked with him, and he's a fucking asshole of a human being, too.
Anybody ever heard of the band The Growlers? Have you heard them? That was a
No.
band that got suggested to me on Spotify. I enjoyed it. It was very cool. I thought the singer has a cool voice.
Tell you what I do like. I like a lot of things. I also like fragments of a lot of things.
Jay's a big fan of like, I think from that other stream, like early Sub Pop stuff. You
Some of it.
knew a lot of those like very rare singles and bands from that.
Yeah,
But maybe I don't know if you think that they rip or not, but
some of them. I mean, they're
well, obviously like
definitely-
Dinosaur Jr., right? Like that's got to be your top 5.
But there's some Dinosaur Jr. records I really don't like too. Like the fuck was that one? Turnip Farm or something?
Oh yeah.
That record fucking sucked.
I mean, the first three Dinosaur Jr. records are like, I think probably my favorite out of the whole bunch.
I think for me,
Like You're Living All Over Me. That's a fucking sick record.
Yeah, it's a good one. Bug is a good one.
Bug is good.
I like Where You Been and Green Mind both. Although those are like, I don't think Murph or I know Lou Barlow's not.
Well,
on
I feel
either of
like what after
I think those two records are
just completely
the first couple that Jay Mascis did by himself and with session
Yeah.
musicians. But I think Pavement's all right. Sebadoh, some of the Sebadoh stuff I really like, and some of it I honestly wish I could unhear.
Well, Bake Sale. I mean, that's a fucking like. For me, that's like a landmark.
I think there's probably like 4 tracks on that record that I like. But
Wait, is that the one I'm thinking of? Let me see. It's the one with the baby
yeah,
coming out.
Bake
Yeah,
Sale.
yeah. That's a fucking great record.
I don't know. Like for me, like
Just not feeling it.
it's pretty rare for me to like a band's entire record end to end. Anyway, it's sort of like even like records that I'm supposed to like end to end. Like Nevermind. Like there's a couple tracks on there that I skip.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's like for some reason, Polly, I just can't listen to. I don't know. I don't know if I've listened to it too many times, but every time that comes on, I'm just like.
Did you get to sit on that couch while you were at Sound City?
Yes. Well, no, we saw where where we recorded that.
You didn't get to sit on the couch though. The couch was in the, so
we did.
when you went through the control room into the hallway, to the right there's a closet.
Yeah.
In that closet was that was Tom Petty's lounge, that closet. So Tom Petty's couch was there, and then against the far wall was Kurt Cobain's couch.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. Lounge act, nice. Yeah, actually, we did. Well, Jay was there for the reopening, but Jay's brother David was out there. I was out there with my buddy Sean.
Yep.
And it was just the timing was right. So David was kind of working on reopening it with his boss, I guess you would say.
Yeah. I made a lo-fi bank of samples of their echo chamber while I was there too.
Yeah.
Even though you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, took some.
Got some bootlegs.
It was really sick. Yeah, it felt like one of those things. Like I felt like it felt like a dream. It was really fucking cool. I don't, but Jay definitely does.
What?
He said, "Do you have any footage or recordings?" I think I have a picture of us outside of it.
If you go on my Instagram, there's pictures of me playing drums in Studio A. There's a video of me playing drums in Studio B, and I reposted Barefoot Audio had their monitors set up in the control room for the grand opening event as like promo, and their rep took a picture of it and reposted it on their Instagram. And what you're looking at is a circle of dudes standing around me while I'm tuning the drum kit in Studio A.
That's so cool, man. I'm really jealous. That's awesome.
We were debating that afternoon how the floor tom should be tuned because Ludwig sent this kit as like promotion, and the floor tom, no matter how you tuned it, sounded like shit. So we had like this little fucking brain trust going in live A, like trying to figure out how to get it to sound good. I think Rick Springfield was inside the drop ceiling in the fucking hallway, honestly.
Oh, Harmacy is really good too. Speaking of Sebo, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's all good.
I saw another question for you because I was thinking of this band too, but I had a feeling that
The Folk Implosion thing?
you're gonna say no. No. Jody asked, "Do you like Pavement?"
Yeah, I think some of the Pavement stuff's all right.
Slanted and Enchanted,
I
Crooked
feel
Rain,
like
Crooked Rain. The first two albums are like, that's like classic Mike, right there.
But I feel like
Classic Mike. Lukewarm Mike.
But I feel like the same thing, you know. It's like all those bands, man. Like
Classic lukewarm Mike.
You know, all these like late '80s and through the '90s bands. Like,
what about the Fall? Do you like the Fall?
I don't know the Fall.
What about Echo and the Bunnymen?
No. Nope.
Those are like two big Pavement influences, from what I understand.
It's like I would have to pick and choose through records of bands like that.
I mean, feel like the fall. I mean, I feel like you would probably. Wait, I got my other water bottle. Yeah, we got some.
B-52s. Half the fucking B-52s live up here, right in Woodstock. The Super Suckers I saw live in Portland one time.
Oh, Unwound is fucking dope, man.
I don't know that either. Sisters of Mercy, yeah, but that guy's kind of an asshole. I forget what his name was. The interview footage of him is like hilarious that anybody could be that big a fucking douche.
Yeah, I gotta listen to
The
more.
Muffs I never really been that into. But yeah, Bobby, if you find my Instagram, you'll check it. You can see all that shit. The Sound City stuff, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Go hit that. That was you have to scroll back to last.
What was that? That was like 2 winters ago.
Nah, that
Oh,
was,
well, you were there sooner.
that was
than
last. Not this past July. The July before, wasn't it? I can't even.
I think
fucking
it was
remember,
because
man.
that
Hold
was
on.
when we did that trip. I don't know if you can see it on the wall behind me. I have this plaque. That's what that's from. Well, it's not a plaque. It's just this little picture. You can't see it, but basically, there's like this road trip up there. My wife and I took, and that was fucking sick.
July
That was-
11th, 2017 is when I flew there,
So I must have been there in January 2017.
and I flew home the 15th of July. So 4 days I got to spend hanging out there. But yeah, you can see all that. Actually, the barefoot thing I don't see. Maybe I didn't repost that.
I've never heard of the band Ash. Boulder has an interesting question. Do you ever find you find a spot on a cassette that is better than another? Like you keep going over a song, but it's cool, but you go to record another song further on the cassette and the quality's bad. Oh boy. John Doe, what's up, buddy? Yeah, bouldering.
Oh, Jawbox, I like.
Yeah, Jawbox.
Especially their fucking
What's the band
the
after
Cornflake
Jawbox?
Girl cover. That's what introduced me to Jawbox. Actually, ever hear that? The Tori Amos cover.
No, I have not.
Oh, you got to check that out. That shit's sweet. I mean, it's fucking kind of sloppy because like the drummer decided it'd be cool to drop one of the beats on the. Yeah, but we'll see.
It's okay.
What is the meaning of life?
I don't
What?
know.
I'm not too sure.
Oh, he said the guitar in the back rocks. Oh well. Thanks, buddy. Anyway, the spot on the cassette. So like, I don't know. Does that have to do with with tapes? I know, and aligning the magnetic particles on them. I've heard that it's good. Maybe Jay can talk about this as well, but I've heard that it's when you're recording on like a fresh tape. I don't know. It's good to record actually like dead air on the whole thing.
Well, you know, with ADAT, that's how it worked. You did what was called a format record, and you basically put it in. I think you could high speed record it that way. There was like a high speed format button on my ADAT, but that's what it did. It like aligned the particles, and it would fucking, I don't know, whatever. It would normalize the machine to that tape for whatever purpose.
Yeah.
But yeah, format.
Yeah, so it's like the same idea. I'm wondering if maybe that's somewhat what you're experiencing bouldering. Like because if you record over the same part of a tape a couple times, like maybe it's aligning the particles a certain way, or just the saturation of it. I don't know. Or maybe it's wearing the tape in. But I know that you can record it just completely without doing that. But I don't know. It might be an interesting experiment to run and see if there's a different sound. But I've come across that, I think. And I think it has something to do with, I want to say like breaking in the tape or the way the particles are being arranged. I think that's all I got to say about that. That's all I don't know. I don't know completely. But yeah, maybe that's something like you could be experiencing. Personally noticed tape degradation. Okay, so following up on Boulder's question, do you personally notice tape degradation? I have noticed it um, if you record over the same tape a lot. Like if you really wear something out, you can get that. I mean, I did the video on that's a little bit different, but recording like bouncing and seeing how many times you can bounce it, and you can really hear the noise floor and everything in that becoming super distorted. So I kind of feel like that's kind of the same idea when you're with tape degradation.
David asked, noob question, what is a power amp? A power amp is exactly that. Line input to high level speaker output. No preamp. Generally, there's enough gain to weakly drive it with a guitar signal straight, but you generally would want a preamp. So it's line level inputs, usually sensitivity controls and amplification for speakers.
Can you have multiple Bandcamp accounts? Yeah, I have multiple Bandcamp accounts. I think you can also manage them all from the same email too, which is cool. I think you can have as many as you want. I don't see why not.
I guess if you had multiple logins, right, you could do whatever.
Yeah, because I have the Be Cool Cowboy one, I have the 424 recording one, and then I had one for Mic Drop, the single
Actually,
I put out.
if you're fucking slick, you'd make a whole bunch of different Bandcamps of your own material, and then you would create one that was like your Bandcamp publishing company that enveloped all of them. So you literally would create not only your own label, but the roster for it.
Right.
You really could fucking underpin something serious there.
That's interesting. I was thinking about doing something. I've heard of
Example of a model of a power amp, Crown XLS 1000. That would be a modern one that's very fucking loud, super lightweight, and pretty cheap. There's tons of them. There's QSCs, there's Crest, there's fucking, I don't know. There's like tons of brands. Everybody's made one. Mackie used to make them. Behringer makes some. Behringers were like the Euro powers. Like 1200, 2200.
Yo, Jeremy, I would say just go for it. He said this 4 songs in 4 days. I don't know how it'll go. Just try it. See how it goes. You may want to keep separate. I would say...
have you seen an amp that can drive 2 stereo cabinets at the same time? How do you mean? Like you have like 4 channels of audio? Usually what would happen is you would have a split.
Or does he mean like...
You'd have a split stereo power amp. It'd be dual mono. It's output A, output B, input A, input B.
2 speakers in stereo.
Yeah. I mean, that's how most power amps are set up to work. When it comes to live sound reinforcement, they're almost always stereo power amps, unless it's like specifically for a subwoofer. You'll find some that are mono block sometimes, but usually it'll be a stereo amp that's bridgeable either by front panel control or by jumper settings and switches in the back. So you'll have an amp that's like 500 watts by 2, so left is 500, right is 500. But you bridge it into 4 ohms, and it's like 1250 watts. That would be a mono amplifier at 1250 watts. So.
Oh, hey, Jason. Yeah, we'll catch you later. We're gonna be wrapping up in a second. We're at 9:11. I just saw.
David, you can.
Thanks for coming through, Jason. Good to see you.
As long as your impedances stay right, you can daisy chain cabinets. I mean, that happens a lot. Most of your pro audio cabinets are probably going to be either 4 or 8 ohms, so you need to make sure how you're hooking it up. And some cabinets have the option of a series or a parallel connection on the back, so you just got to make sure. And if it doesn't say, then you should assume that it's parallel and that hooking 2 4 ohms up will give you 2 ohms. That's not a good thing usually.
Boulder, yeah, try that out. Let us know how it works out. Maybe try it out this week, and next week report back in. Let us know.
David, the Leslie 60 has its own power amp built into it. All you have to do is give that even an instrument level signal. I just serviced one of those things. In the main tower of the Leslie 60 is the space generator, the power amp for both sides, and a 10-inch speaker. And then the slave cabinet is just a speaker cable and a speaker and a box. And then there's this weird, like, I think it was a 7-pin plug-in that's the fucking remote, and it had an input and a volume control all built into that, and the speed and a high-low switch.
Yeah, it might just be your 4-track Boulder. I don't know.
Those Leslie 60s are fucking sweet. I'll tell you right now, if you find those, being that you're into the keyboard and Rhodes kind of stuff, the guy that I serviced those for, actually, that was his bag too. Yeah, he had a channel that went out. The slave didn't work. The satellite didn't work. Wasn't the speaker. Speaker was fine. Had a couple of bad capacitors on the input side. Yeah, I think they were made for the Rhodes. I could see that being definitely feasible, but you can absolutely run just about anything you want into those. There's great sensitivity on that input, so I suspect that low level signals or a padded down high level signal, depending on what you're doing. But yeah, I thought they sounded cool. I set them up as wide as I could make them. Fucking pretty kick-ass.
Cool. Yo, well, you know what's crazy? I just realized tonight's stream we didn't have a single dropout, right? Usually it's like at some point we always fucking around with it.
You know what's funny is the guy that I fixed those for, though, he used to have 2 pairs of those, and he sold the other pair. And when the guy came and picked them up, evidently the recipient was left to his own devices, and one of them had one pair had real nice grill cloth or mint condition cabinets, and then the other pair was like sort of aged looking dingy grill cloth. And this guy picked up the dingy satellite speaker and the clean grill cloth main unit and took them with him, which left this other guy with the opposite of those two things. So both of these guys now have a mismatched pair of Leslie 60s that belong together. It's pretty fucked up. Really stupid.
Dude, that sounds
really
like
fucking
one
stupid,
of those
man.
things, man. Oh my god. Why wouldn't they just trade back?
Who the fuck knows, man? I don't know. I honestly had never even seen one of those in person until...
Well, that's what I mean. It seems like
Until that
a
repair
rare
came
piece of
in.
kit.
Yeah, it's rare, and there's no docs on it. There's no documentation on how to fix it. So it's like...
That's so weird.
I popped it open and was like, this is going to suck. That's not so bad. They're built in cards, so there's like there are 3 cards that do preamplification and returns and splitting, and then there's the power amp has its own card underneath next to that, transistors and shit all over the place. But yeah, they're pretty fucking dope. If I ever hear that guy's selling those, I could turn you on to him. But
$10 each. Oh, that's talking about the tapes.
what are the odds you'd service a pair of them? Oh, yeah.
For your Canadian brother.
They yeah, like I said, I'd never seen those before. Even just plugging the fucking guitar right into those was really pretty sweet. It's like the first time you plug into like a jazz chorus, like the 120 with the 12s, where it sounds like fucking enormous when you stand in front of it. Those do the same thing, and the wider you spread the cabinets across the room, like the crazier it gets. But yeah, if I hear that guy's gonna sell those ever, I'll let you know. if he sells them, he'll sell them through the one music store that I do service for, so I'll know about it.
Jay's got his finger on the pulse.
I don't know what we would do about getting them to you. I mean, you're in
Road trip.
Montreal. I guess that's not that far. Probably figure out a thing.
As long as they still got weed at that.
Jesus Christ.
Just kidding. We'll definitely go.
But anyway,
Do you think the black? Oh yeah, I guess so. With this, I don't know about this. Do you think the black cassettes that come in plastic bags are better than? I don't know about that. I'm not sure. Maybe that's for Jeremy. All right, fam. I'm fading pretty fast over here, and we still got a walk to do.
it's my only option because I like the jazz chorus. Well, do you have a jazz chorus?
Foo Fons Electrice. Let's do it. Sounds like a deal.
Yeah, Foof's was fun, man. I really like that place. If you have a jazz chorus, it would be easy enough to make that do what you're talking about by adding speaker outputs to it. I mean, that really would be a very simple solution to a problem like that. The other thing you could do is get a power amp and a pair of cabinets. Like you're setting up a PA almost. You'd have to have a preamp, although I think your electric piano now has a preamp if I'm remembering right. If that has stereo tremolo in it, you could hook that right up to the inputs of your left and right of your power amp, and that would give you the wide tremolo spread that you're looking for out of that Leslie 62. Or you could feed a mono preamp into a stereo tremolo or auto panner kind of deal, and feed that into the left and right of a power amp into two passive cabinets, and that would do the same damn thing. There's workarounds for that with stuff that you can buy right at music stores right now. So if that's of interest, then it's certainly something we could talk about. I think I could probably match you up with
Yo, Bobby. Not to cut you off, Jay. You
a
said
few things.
we should all write and record a song together. Let's do it. I thought that maybe we could do something live stream like that on the live stream where we write a song over the duration of the stream somehow. I don't know. To figure something out with that. That sounds cool.
The Fender Princeton chorus, that does the same kind of thing like the jazz chorus, right? It pans between left and right, if I'm remembering correctly. Then what you would need to do then is disconnect those speaker leads. I could draw you a picture. You just need a pair of switching 1/4-inch jacks. So when you plug into those jacks, it disconnects the speakers, and then you could run satellites off of it like a head if you wanted to.
Yeah, dude. Hell yeah. We'll definitely keep you updated on the cassette. Just a trick. And Jeremy said big fucking deal, man. Yeah, the manual does say to use the same brand type. It does become part of the transport. The manual says a lot of shit. What were you saying?
So David, that's I think if that thing does in fact stereo chorus between the two speakers, like it has a separate power amp, which I think is exactly how that little Princeton thing is set up. Adding those speaker out jacks would be really easy, and then that would let you drive small satellite cabinets to get that spread. So I think I still have your email, but you can email me and remind me, and I could draw you little pictures on how that works.
Later, Bobby.
And I think I could probably find that little Princeton chorus schematic and figure out what the impedance of the speakers is supposed to be, so that you don't hook up more or less than that thing's really looking for. I think the speakers in that amp, if I'm not mistaken, were 8 ohm drivers. So you're probably all right with whatever cabinets you have around, but you just got to be careful about the load. So anyway, yeah, we're at 9:21 now.
Sounds
Make
good,
sure you
Dave.
do something you want to do every single day. And
Jeremy, I don't think I'm gonna just dupe him here. Yeah, do something you want to do today.
don't troll people.
Yeah,
Um,
Luis.
Yeah.
Hope you feel better. And this is Lukewarm Mike signing off.
Luis, I hope you have a terrible accident.
Luis.
Jesus Christ, here we go with this again.
It just doesn't want to shut off. Have a great week, great weekend, guys. Good to see everybody. We'll see you next week, same time, same place. Oh wait, are we out yet?
Nope.
I don't think. Do you want to stream next week? I don't think we'll, because it's Halloween.
Oh, probably not.
No stream next week, most
Probably
likely,
not.
fam. I'll put
Probably
something
not.
up at 7, but just remember next week I think we're gonna be off because it's Halloween.
I think the week after that I probably won't be here too.
This
It's
was-
my birthday.
Oh shit, Jay's birthday week. All right, so we'll have to. We may be back. We may have a couple weeks off in the middle here, but